What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning US time, so come by and say hello. Okay, well, we have some big major updates, and they're very positive, I would say. One of them was hinted at and was rumored, and I made a video about it maybe about a week or so ago, and it has now come to pass as official. But the others were interesting as well as some potential speculation further down the road. Actually, it's not even speculation. The team is working on this, and they're officially announcing that they're working on it. So this is the ranked rewards system, the updates to the ranked rewards system, and let's go over the major changes first. So this is going to be going live June 28th, which is going to be right around the end of the season. So this second season of these updated ranked rewards, this is going to go during the maintenance window that usually lasts around a couple of hours on Tuesdays. Now, hopefully it doesn't go that long, but with these, it may just, so we'll see. All right, first one. This is the one that was confirmed. The daily focus chests are going to be based on your current league. So previously, or currently, if you're watching this video before this change is implemented, it is dependent on where you placed last season, the highest league you achieved during last season. So right now, whenever you start your focus, it doesn't matter. You just be at wherever you placed highest last season. But in the future, let's say you are, well, they're going to give an example here, but I'll give my own example. Let's say, for example, I made it to champion, but at the beginning of the season, I dropped down to diamond, and it was so tough that I actually lost my way to gold 2. Now, it sucks trying to get those R shares for diamond chests, or for champion chests, but now, every day that I start the new focus in gold or diamond, wherever it is, I will be going for those chests for that day. So that's fantastic for someone like me who loses a lot at the beginning of the season. The other way, and just a quick refresher, that I think this is really beneficial is it kind of takes away the exploit of starting a new account or starting an account in bronze, running your account all the way up to gold, and then earning bronze chests with gold reward shares. Now, the quick example that I can give is what I was doing with my alt accounts last season, where essentially I would play one game in gold with a full ECR and get like 14 chests. And it would just be like a couple games. I get 20 chests a day. It was super easy. I loved it. And I realized that that is just not going to be, well, I didn't say that I realized, but it didn't seem like it was going to be sustainable or something that should really be allowed. So I like this change because it helps both sides. It's actually a very well thought out change, and it is now officially official. Number 2, and this is probably a bigger one from, I guess, just a game impactful way. So the starter card reward shares reduction formula is going to be changed. Now, currently, let's say you use 5 cards when you play. One of them is a rewards card. I'm sorry, one of them is a starter card. Well, then you lose 1/5 of your rewards, 1 out of 5 or 20%. And the example they give here is 1 out of 4. You'd earn 75%. Well, that is going to change. So now, let's say you still use 4 cards, and one of them is a starter card. The linear reduction, this is their explanation, the linear reduction does not incentivize card ownership or renting as much as we intended. After some discussions, it was determined that it would be far more effective to apply the starter card reduction to a player's rating in question. So with this change, the same example above will now result in 421 reward shares instead of the previous 750. So now having one starter card in a lineup of 4 cards. Before, that used to give you a 25% reduction. Now it's giving you more than a 50% reduction. So they really, really, really don't want people to be using starter cards. Again, they're saying that the data is telling them it is not incentivizing card ownership or renting to the level that they are satisfied with. So this is going to be a relatively big one. I've used starter cards still in my deck or in my games a handful of times. Maybe I can count them on 1 or 2 hands, right? But it was one of those where it's just like, I was looking at this and saying, well, I'm playing a full deck of 6 cards. In fact, I just did one today. I'm playing a full deck of 6 cards with a summoner, and I know that this card, which I don't own or no, I'm not renting, is going to be beneficial for me. So instead of not playing the card and having a chance of losing, I will play the starter card and still get 6/7 of the reward with a higher chance of winning. right? And then I won, and it made sense, right? So that is not going to be the case anymore, as I'm going to be hit a lot more than just 1/7, 1/6, 1/5, 1/4 of whatever starter cards I end up using. So I think that this is ultimately good for asset owners in the space, or card owners, I should say, and ultimately will lead to more incentives for card ownership and rental. I think it's great. So it's definitely going to hurt for those who don't have Untamed starter cards right here. But, I'll take it, because at the end of the day, I want what's best for the ecosystem. All right, now let's get into the fun, juicy stuff. Now, this is not confirmed yet, even though it's in an official post. These are just future changes that the team is working on, but they still wanted to give the community a heads up about these changes so everyone can be aware of what's planned and provide additional opportunities for player feedback. All right, so new daily focuses. This is going to be great. They're implementing, or their plan is to add around 10 to 15 of these types of focuses centered around abilities rather than just cards from a certain element. So one example that they're going to give is there may be multiple abilities per focus. So the example that they give here is a player playing at least one card that has sneak, snipe, or opportunity. So that's going to be fantastic, because that opens up a world of options for you now, and you're not really stuck in one area. Now, sneak, snipe, sneak and snipe were kind of daily chest or quests before, I should say. Opportunity wasn't, but this is going to be really interesting to see what other stuff outside the box they come up with. Now, I think we did a video a while back, I can't even remember at this point, kind of looking at some of the other abilities, and if you guys want, we can do another video speculating on which abilities will be great for this, because they are looking for feedback. So I think having a good kind of discussion here and letting that bleed over into their feedback and support and all that, I think would be fantastic. So let me know your thoughts on that, if there are abilities that you want to see specifically for daily focuses. So the plan is for these new focuses to be added alongside the existing element-based focuses. They should just say splinter-based focuses. So it will be possible to get either type of focus each day. We look forward to these new types of focuses, adding much more variety to the teams that are fielded in ranked battles. I'm looking forward to it as well. Only 2 seasons of Splinter spam. Well, no, not 2 seasons. We may get a couple more seasons of this, but I'm going to get to that in a moment. The daily focus mechanic update. Okay, so we're also considering changing the daily focus mechanic such that instead of an all or nothing system like it currently is, each win will contribute reward shares towards the daily focus chest, even if no daily focus cards are used. However, each card used that follows the daily focus gives some type of bonus to the amount of focus points earned for that battle. Now, when you think about the plus percentage points for something like alpha cards, beta cards, gold cards, this, I think, is a way better way to go about it, because now that people are just incentivized to play, they don't have to worry about which cards or which decks they're renting. And if anything, I think what ended up hurting the rental market, and this is just, I don't have any data for this, but what ended up hurting the rental market is that people didn't need to rent full decks anymore. They could just splinter spam their way through an entire day and then come back and rent cards for a completely different splinter. They didn't need full decks to be competitive at the highest levels. They didn't need to win like every game. I mean, they still did, but they were going to try and force their way through with all OP cards from a single splinter rather than having to rent across the board. So this is, in a sense, kind of going to fix that. But even still, I just like the fact that it won't be all or nothing at some point in the future. So that's going to be great. All right. Now this one's really exciting because people have been asking for this for a long time. They are working towards implementing in the rental market a system in which you can rent cards for the entire season. Now this is going to be great because everybody always gets upset end of season, and maybe end of season hasn't been as bad with the recent rank rewards update. Although, people are still trying to rent as much as possible at the end of the season to get to wherever they're trying to go if they're out of time. But now you could just rent a card, same price, the entire season. You don't get the fluctuations of beginning of season, end of season. Somebody puts the card up for rent and says, here's how much it is per day that I want. And if you want it, you can go ahead and rent it. Now, they're working on implementing this, but with season rentals, card owners will be able to specify whether or not they would like their cards to be available for full season rental. Then renters will be able to rent those cards for the entire current ranked play season. This means that rentals cannot be canceled by either party until the current ranked play season is over, or rather, the cancellation can be submitted at any time, but it will not take effect until after the season ends, or after the current season ends. So what's interesting here is we are still planning to price the rental by number of days. It's really just a change as to how and when the rentals will be ended or canceled. So this way, if you start a season rental at the beginning of the season, you'll pay for roughly 15 days worth. But let's say you are going towards the end of the season and you're going to grind over the weekend or a long weekend, and you only need 3 days. You go in, you pay 3 days for the remainder of that season. I like this a lot. This is fantastic. We have been asking for this for a while, and it is finally being delivered. So overall thoughts, I want to say that this makes me super bullish, super excited. And I'm going to tell you why, because we are not even 2 seasons into this new ranked rewards update. And I know that I even me, right, tends to be a little snarky when it comes to a lot of the delays that have happened on many of the major updates. I know people are upset about Land. I'm upset about Modern and Wild, and we were upset about this ranked rewards getting pushed for so long. But we are now in a position where I think we're starting to see this. Literally a 2-season turnaround time, less than a month, in which the team is listening to player feedback and able to go in and implement changes very quickly. So if this is the precedent that's being set, that is awesome. And I'm excited for that. Sure, do I want Modern and Wild now? Yes, but let's say Modern and Wild comes out and there's some quirks with it. At least we know that the team has the infrastructure, the talent, and everything that they need to be able to make these changes quickly, right? So obviously Ranked Rewards was a change to the entire game and the entire way that people interact with the game. So it was important for them to make sure that they had talent, bandwidth, and everything on hand to be able to go in and do this quickly. But it shows that they could. And I hope that this is a sign of things to come, or how things will be in the future whenever it comes to major changes, updates, player feedback, and community desires or community requests for things to be added in. So this is awesome to me. I am very excited. I want to congratulate the team on this, and I've loved the new rewards. I know I've called out certain things and it's not perfect, but man, is it way better than what it was before. So I'm a fan. I'm hopeful, and I'm hopeful that they will continue to tweak it in a way where it makes sense, and they will listen to the community feedback and be able to make these these changes with a very quick turnaround time like they did for this one. So that's all I have. Let me know your thoughts about these changes in the comment section below. I will catch you all in the next video, and I will see you around the game. Take care.